Hey guys, Lucas here in Vintage Surplus, and today we're taking a look at the ATAP Battlejacket. So this video is going to cover kind of what a Battlejacket is, and then how to set your ATAP up as a Battlejacket, because it's just it's pretty awesome. That is an issued piece of a USGI piece of gear that you can take and set up in a Battlejacket form, because it's a pretty cool piece of kit once you get it set up right for you. So let's dig into this thing. All right, so what is a Battlejacket? So essentially, for lack of a really hard, good definition that I could find, because when you type in Battlejacket on Google, you get some weird punk rocker things, and I don't know, with studs in them, and this isn't that. So, but what I've kind of dialed down a Battlejacket to be is it's a piece of gear that you can wear that's going to carry more than a chest rig can carry comfortably, and it's going to support all your basic infantry tasks while you're carrying a rifle, as well as a moderate amount of sustainment gear and supplies. So essentially it's a way to put on a 36 to 48 hours worth of equipment very easily, all at once. It's going to wear comfortably and support your rifle and support you going out and doing basic infantry stuff. So that's pretty cool. They have their origins mostly just in like the southern part of the continent of Africa. So all you guys are going to go out there and be like, oh, pattern 83, this and that. Yeah, that's kind of where they get their gist and their start from. Haven't really seen anything that points towards a Battlejacket before then. I'm sure you can take, like, you know, it's an evolution of Chicom chest rigs that evolved into more things, blah, blah, but you see kind of their base and their development focused in southern Africa and all that. And you don't really see them anywhere else. You don't really see anybody using them within, I mean, you kind of see with the old LBE vests that were using the U.S. military, those kind of ish falls into there, but not really, because there's not a lot past just your basic combat load that's carried on those. But so you don't really see a lot of NATO or Western troops wearing something like this. And I mean, it has its ups and downs as far as what a Battlejacket can do. It's very good for open terrain. It's very good for traveling long distances and carrying a battle rifle and just doing basic infantry things. So I wanted to set one up with an ATAP, because an ATAP can very easily support that role. It's got enough space, MOLLE space. You can put a backpack on it, we'll go over that, and that can really just plump up and plus up the amount of stuff you can carry in total. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, so Battlejackets are cool, and there's no real good American or NATO Battlejacket out there, but kind of making one here. So let's dig into what I've got on here and how this works out and how this kind of supports that definition of a Battlejacket. So if you're watching this right now and you're looking at the ATAP and you're like, this looks vaguely familiar to the ATAP he had set up a couple months ago when they covered restocking ATAPs, and yeah, it does. It's overall the basics of it are pretty similar to that. So if you watch that video, you can get a better idea of what's in all my pockets. I'm not going to cover so much as what's in everything, but yeah. But to cover what is on this ATAP real quick, to show kind of how it supports that Battlejacket concept, here at my right wing I have a triple mag pouch, so I got 3, and I have 1 matching on the left wing, so I have 6 mags right there to support a basic combat load. You can easily plus that up too. And yeah, if you want to watch that last ATAP video for a little more pointers on plussing up mags, by all means go watch that one, because I gave some pointers on how to do that. Also on the right wing, I have what is generally just working as a large general purpose pouch that also functions as a admin pouch. So I can pull maps, I can have all that kind of note-taking material, map markers, all that, my compass, my headlamps in there, stuff I need access to. That assault pouch right there is going to hold that, and it holds it very well. And then from there I have a 1-quart canteen. On the opposite side of my left wing, it's a little more complicated as far as setup goes. On the front of that triple mag shingle, I have a tourniquet, so I have one easy to access right there on my kit. I have an additional magazine, taking what I have on here up to 7. So again, you could replace that with like a radio pouch easily. Again, watch that last video. But yeah, so 7 mags right on here, and it's pretty level, pretty even kit too. Here I have, what I have in here is just some binos. That can work as a nods pouch, that can work as just anything you need to. If you don't have nods, you don't have binos, it can just general purpose as it is. And then I have an IFAK right here, easy to get to. Not so much easy for me to rip open for me personally, be good for buddy aid, but yeah, it's right there. When I take this off, it's easy to get to. If I need to get to it, I can get to it. And on back here, what really makes this the battle jacket, it kind of pluses all the space I can carry and plus the amount of gear I can carry up, is having a map backpack from Eagle Industries. So I have an older modular soul pack from Eagle Industries that you can mount to the back of your ATAP. I've got a lot of questions on Instagram because I've used this to show off some items, to support showing off some clothing on Instagram especially. And I've got a lot of questions. It was like, what is that? How did you do that? It's pretty simple. So let's kind of talk real quick about how the map sits on the back of this ATAP and really just kind of elevates, to use a really weird term. Why did I use elevate? Brings this thing up a notch and brings it closer to being a battle jacket. So yeah, let's take a quick look at kind of how the map is mounted. So I got here on the inside portion of the ATAP. I've talked in the past about this mesh back panel being pretty floppy, and you wouldn't want to put too much on there because it is going to eventually just kind of wiggle and wobble, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and it could create some, you know, hot points for blisters or wear and all that stuff. But with the map on there, because it is a tall backpack that was made for older style body armor, and it's not made, you know, for our modern JPCs and whatever Pharaoh thing you're wearing, their acronyms. It's made for, you know, the big body armor that carries soft armor too. So it's tall and it works with ATAP pretty well. If you're about average size, it's going to mount on the back here pretty easily. So, because there's MOLLE on the back of the yoke right here up top, there's MOLLE down here, pretty long section, I can put it right on there. Now, the only, you kind of aren't able to use the handle that well, that's whateverism. The only thing, guys, you're gonna notice if you try and do this, if you have a map backpack or a similar backpack, because anything of general size you can do this with. The map is like a hair over like 4 columns wide. It uses the older style kind of MOLLE spacing, which is pretty generous compared to like newer stuff. So whereas the yoke on the back here isn't as wide as you need. Actually, I think it's 5, something like that. Either way, what happens is you kind of have to pinch the back yoke up a tad bit in order to slide your map in on the strap, MOLLE it in, but on the bottom it fits just fine. There's no pinching needed. So just, if you're going to do this and you're like, this doesn't fit, it's going to be off center or something like that, you just pinch it a tad bit, it's fine. You won't notice it, and it wears just fine and it secures just fine. So that's how I got this on here. But why do I have this on here? And again, it's just to plus up the amount of storage space I have on here. And at the end of the day, once this is all filled up, this kit is pretty good to go with everything I have in here for 36, and easily can take that up to 48 hours. It does get a little back heavy once I start putting that much stuff in here, but at 36-hour point, as far as food and water goes, you're pretty solid. So in here, I've got a couple stripped on MREs. I have a full Camelback 3-liter, so I've got plenty of stuff in there. And on the bottom of there, I have a wet weather top. I have some snivel gear. Do not have like a shelter in there, so I don't have my poncho in there, but you could fit a poncho in place of a rain jacket or something else easily in there. The map has enough space, or you could sling it onto the sides. Here I have a cheap Amazon knockoff snowsuit, just for why not. And then I also have a camo net on here. You could easily put a poncho right there, or a half shelter kind of tarp, and it's not going to sit too uneven on your back. So if you wanted to plus up that. So let's get into this front pocket real quick as well. In this front pocket, I have just a little more additional sustainment gear. I have an LRF in here that I could easily fit in this pocket instead. I have it back here, and if you're working with like a team kind of situation, you definitely have a buddy pull it out. Some additional tourniquet, and then also I have just quick grab snacks. I could easily relocate these to a cargo pocket before I set off or something like that. But just some snacks, easy to pack away, just some MRE cheese. Some things easy to eat, calorie dense, it's gonna fill me up and take a minute to eat as it is. Some chem lights in here, additional chem lights, because you never know when you're gonna need them. And then I got a bunch of 550 cord tucked down there. And then in here as well, I have water purification, if I can get it out. So yeah, I can, if I can pull this thing out. Bunch of 550 cord daisy chained up, so I have all that. And then in here, yeah, just all the spare batteries you could want, basic rifle cleaning kit, water purification, and additional MRE spoons and stuff like that. Just stuff to make life a couple comfort items. Don't really focus too heavy on comfort items, just a little bit of comfort in there. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm taking what normally would be your basic combat load, put an assault pack on to be able to carry this. Now I can carry it right on the ATAP. So that means I can throw this on and I have a 36 to 48 hour mission that I may be able to, like, you know, resupply water while I'm out and about. And I can do so and purify it and everything like that. And it's pretty comfortable. All told, this with a full camelback, and again, I have a full camelback plus a 1 quart, ton of water. All told, this weighs about 30 pounds. But I'll show you how I made that 30 pounds wear more comfortably as well. All right, so 30 pounds is a pretty hefty kit. At the end of the day, I mean, yes and no, it's hefty and not hefty, but it can definitely wear on your shoulders. Now the ATAP luckily has pretty wide shoulder straps. You look at this thing, that's wide. It's gonna disperse weight quite well, but it's not padded. So when you weigh this thing down like this, you're gonna feel it after a certain point. To alleviate some of that, just put shoulder pads. So all your basic, pretty much any of your not straight up just, that's how to put this, most plate carrier shoulder pads that you can get that are additional add-on kind of things will fit over that strap. Maybe kind of widen out a little bit. It might not be quite wide enough for it, but they'll work on there just fine. And that will help tremendously once you start wearing this thing around. I have on here some Shaw Concept ones I had for all my JPC. Wasn't really using my JPC much, so you know, I just put them on here to add some comfort in. It's a really big game changer. If you ever had a heavy plate carrier, heavy body armor, if you were in the Army, something like that, and you had to wear, you know, everything on there, the shoulder pads make a huge difference. So yeah, but I did take them off my plate carrier, and that leads me to another point is you can wear this over body armor still. So if you're really worried about, like, I need to upscale on my protection, I don't want to adjust a helmet with this, I want to wear body armor, you can put a slick carry under this really easily. So you could wear a JPC underneath that's slicked out. You could wear, you know, all those kind of low profile covert or plate carriers. You could adjust this out and wear it over really well. And all you really got to do is give some slack right here on these, and then it's going to fit over there pretty easy. So your adjustments are going to be pretty simple. For me at least, the ride height was at no issue between wearing it with a carrier and then as it is. I didn't have to just ride height, just the width, and that's a pretty easy adjustment. If that's something you need to do, you just put some slack on those and you're good to go. So yeah, that's really quick, kind of dirty, how to make an ATAP into a battle jacket and what it looks like. Again, I have a couple videos past, I talked about this ATAP general setup a little more and showed more of what's in my pockets. If you really need to kind of figure out what do I put in my pockets when I'm setting up a kit, that's going to show a little more of that. I know I kind of only briefly touched on what was in the map, but it's all that stuff you're going to put in your assault pack, just trimmed down a tad bit. Fuel strip MREs, a 3-liter water bladder for hydration, basic snivel gear or, you know, protection from the elements at nighttime if you're going to be sleeping out in the open and not in like some sort of hard structure. So it easily can lash stuff on the back on the map, and it's not going to get too rear heavy, especially once it's adjusted well to your body. So just have somebody help you adjust this up to you once you got it weighed down, and you're going to be fine. That's the biggest thing for any kit. Anybody that ever complains about a piece of kit not riding right, you know, this doesn't sit right on me, it's probably just not adjusted right. So taking the time to properly adjust your kit is going to make you more comfortable in your kit, and just at the end of the day be able to use that kit better in the long run. So yeah, let's close this video out. All right, so I try to keep this kind of short. I know I got a little long-winded here and there, but at the end of the day, what this is just a cool way to set up your ATAP, or you can even use a H-harness, something like an old Eagle Industries H-harness. You could do something very similar to this with it and kind of battle jacket yourself out. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this one, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below what you thought, what I could do better for the next one. These kind of kit breakdowns are probably my most enjoyable videos to do, because I can really kind of just get you all better squared away sometimes. But yeah, leave a comment below what you think, what you'd like to see next time. And if you want an ATAP, there's gonna be a link in the description below directly to our ATAPs. Now, we don't always have these in stock, so make sure you hit that notify me button as far as if they're out of stock right now, so you know when they come back into stock. And keep an eye out for those and sign up for emails. That way you can know when other stuff like this, pouches all on here, come back into stock, restock sales, everything in between. And yeah, just keep up to date with Venture Surplus, because we've got a lot of cool gear, and 2025 is going to be a fun year for us. So make sure you're paying attention, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.